Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about why we are not going to be recommending Zoom Phone, which is Zoom's voice over IP phone system service, to any customers currently and possibly for the foreseeable future until some things dramatic change over there. So for those of you who are watching this and you're probably wondering, okay, what's up here? First of all, Zoom Phone, as I already mentioned, is Zoom's UCaaS voice over IP platform. We have actually worked with many customers to look at demos, to talk to people at Zoom, to see if it's a fit. And through a series of events, and this is not something that just happened overnight, this has been a long time coming since even 2020. Through a series of events, we have officially decided to discontinue recommending Zoom on our YouTube channel or to any of our customers. Actually, as of the time that I'm doing this video today, I actually got an email from somebody this morning asking about Zoom, and I told them very politely, hey, we think it's a great platform, but unfortunately, you're going to have to go direct or go through some other dealer because we are not going to endorse or recommend their service to anyone else. So let me get into some of the reasons, just so I'm not totally keeping you guys in the dark, about why we're not going to be recommending Zoom anymore to our customers until something changes differently over there, and why you're not going to be able to get any quotes or any special pricing through us. So first of all, and this has probably been the biggest complaint that I've had, which I have worked with their team on many occasions. These guys take forever to get quotes. And when I say forever, I mean forever. They are undoubtedly, without question, the crown holder for longest company to take, longest amount of time that a company takes to get somebody a simple freaking quote. It doesn't matter if it's as small as 5 to 10 users or 500 users. These guys take not days like most of their competitors do, weeks to maybe get you a quote. On average, based on my calculations, it has usually taken us anywhere from 12 to as high as almost 16 to 20 days to receive a formal quote from Zoom. That's ridiculous. We actually, if I had to give you guys an average, because not every provider is perfect, most providers that we work with, assuming that we've had the free consultation call with you to figure out what it is that you need, most providers that we work with, they take about 24 to 48 hours to get you a quote. Most of the providers I work with on a regular basis that you guys see me talk about on the channel, and some that you don't see me talk about on the channel, will do quotes same day. But on average, from lowest to highest, same day to 3 days, 72 hours, something like that. Zoom, I've never to this day had anybody give me a quote within less than about 2.5 to 3 weeks. And that's ridiculous. And that actually brings us to our next point. One of the issues that I've had with these guys is they take so long to get, you guys already know how we work. You contact us for the free consultation. We talk with you on the phone and we say, hey, Mr. John Doe, Mrs. Jane Doe, based on this synopsis that we've got from you and based on what you've told us that you need in your system, this is the provider that we recommend. So to put it into context for you guys, when we send over the request to the service provider, it's a hot lead. We've already spent your valuable time and hours figuring out what you need. So it's basically pre-qualified and ready for a quote from the provider or a demo. Regardless, these guys still have this policy that for whatever reasons takes over a week, usually on average 2 weeks in most cases, to not get a quote. The other issue that we've run into with these guys, and this brings me to my next point, is we've had a multitude of scenarios where they've taken so long to get us the pricing and quote that we requested that we run out of excuses for you, the customer. The customer messaging me and my team saying, hey, Prince, hey, Sunita, hey, so-and-so, where is my quote? And we're like, hey, this is their process. They take forever, blah, 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 blah. We've had multiple occasions where it took so long, the client turned around and went and just shopped Zoom directly. The best part is we don't get any credit for that. Even when we've tried to go back to Zoom and say, hey, this was our lead. You guys took so long. Any customer in their right mind, even me, I wouldn't wait 2 to 3 weeks for a quote. Anybody in their right mind or that has a need for a service now to solve a problem, to fix a failing phone system, whatever it may be, they're not going to wait. So a lot of times we have clients that turn around and go shop direct. which is really kind of just bad for us because we've made the recommendation and then they've taken so long. The client has said, okay, well, I know, based on Prince and his team's recommendation, we think that Zoom is the one, but I can't sit here and wait 2 to 3 weeks to get a quote. So they go to Zoom directly, rightfully so, and then we waste our time and don't get credit for it. Not cool. Other point that I wanted to make, which was part of point number 2. These guys have extremely slow or non-existent follow-up based on what we've dealt with. I've had clients, one as we speak now, that had a demo scheduled for almost 4 weeks ago, and I've sent almost 2 or 3 emails to the people at Zoom saying, how did that demo go? Is the customer wanting to move forward? Can you also please CC me on the quote that you're sending to that customer? Nothing. Nada. It's strange to me because we understand that Zoom, they're not a small company and they've been around for a while on the video side, but it seems to us like on the voice over IP side, it's a bit of amateur hour. And while that's fine and dandy and all, we understand you got to crawl before you walk. It's just been completely inefficient for us to recommend or serve any customers that are interested in Zoom. Almost to the point where when somebody contacts us and says they want Zoom, we almost wish they would call somebody else. I hate to say that. Like we almost cringe and think, oh great, we've got to go through this 3 to 4 week long process, 2 to 3 week long process just to get a simple quote, where their competitors would do this within 24 to 48 hours and the deal be signed and the customer be happy and everybody go about their separate ways. So, we found that the follow-up, at least when we deal with them, has been non-existent or just completely slow. That puts a kink in our process. For anybody that knows anything about us here at Rich Technology Group, we deal with literally hundreds of people on a regular basis that contact us by phone, by email, by website that are interested in voice over IP. And it is a huge disruption to not only our process, but to those customers that we're working with daily to have to cater to a process that has almost been designed to just be completely slow and completely inefficient. Point number 3, and that actually leads into point number 3. We've had this issue with policies that they almost seem like they're designed to retard the process, or I'm just going to say it, to completely screw the partner, us, Rich Technology Group, or any other dealers out of the commission. For us, the straw that broke the camel's back, which was what pretty much made me decide to get with my team and us have a management meeting to say, okay, how do we go about doing this? We're not going to recommend Zoom to customers anymore until they get it together, so to speak. We had a client, and I don't mind telling this story. We had a client that had a Gmail address. Who doesn't have a Gmail address? Even I have a personal Gmail address. It's Google, for Christ's sake. We had a client that had a Gmail address. We pre-qualified this client for Zoom. She wasn't originally, the funny thing is this client originally wanted Vonage, but based on our synopsis, we recommended Zoom. So we look at it like we were doing Zoom a favor. We recommended this client to Zoom. We went ahead and we sent over all of the information for quote. It took these guys 2 weeks to register the deal. Once they registered it, and I was begging them along with my team, begging them saying, this client needs this quote like yesterday. They're already pre-qualified for Zoom. They're ready to move forward. They send me this message after almost 2.5 weeks saying, you cannot register this deal or get credit because the client has a Gmail address. And I'm thinking, wait, what? So I reach out to my person over there and say, what does this mean? What does that have to do with the fact that we're sending you somebody who's interested in closing business with you that we've pre-qualified and pegged for Zoom service? Oh, well, our policy states that any business or entity that doesn't have a corporate domain like a @Rich Technology Group or @Microsoft.com or whatever it may be, whatever your business is, like a RiverCityPowerWashing.com or something like that. They've got this goofball policy that's like, if it is on a non-corporate domain, say like AOL.com, Verizon.net, Comcast.net, Yahoo.com, Gmail.com, the list goes on and on and on, we can't get credit for it. Now, the part that pissed me off, and I'm just speaking openly and honestly, is we're not stupid. First of all, for Zoom to have had almost a 360% increase in stock, in stock value last year, and to be one of the biggest video platforms on earth, they must think I'm an idiot to think that they don't serve any customers that don't have their own corporate domain. Like Little Mrs. Sally, who's got a this at Yahoo, or, Bob Smo, who's got a bob@gmail.com. They really want us to think that, we only take on customers that, have a email address like that. But we all know that that's BS. It almost seems like their policies are designed to drive business to Zoom from the dealers such as us, but to not reward the partner in any way, shape, or form. And while that's just my opinion, that's the way that we feel. So that being said, we have officially decided that we are not going to be recommending Zoom anymore for the foreseeable future. That may change later at some point, and if and when it does, I'm going to definitely do an update video and let you guys know what has changed, and obviously monitor the progress. I'm sure there's two types of people that watch this channel, and this is the one big point that I wanted to drive home for you guys. We get a lot of people that watch this channel and a lot of people that message me, and these are the kind of people that just melt my heart. They really help support us and have gotten us where we are, that say, hey, Prince, I've been doing this research online, but I didn't contact any other providers first because I know that you don't get credit unless we go through you. I held out on purpose to talk with you, even though I'm interested in this provider or that provider. I wanted to contact you first because I found your videos and found your YouTube channel helpful, and I want to make sure you get credit. For those of you who are like that, I appreciate you. I love you to death, more than words can describe. You are what make this company great, you, the viewer. But I understand there are some other people, and I deal with them all the time, that you don't really care whether we get credit or not. And that's okay. So you're probably wondering, well, Prince, all this stuff that you've mentioned about how Zoom has been, I'll just say it, a complete pain in your ass for Rich Technology Group, what does that have to do with me? I'm just going to say this as nicely as I can because I'm a person that I've always ran my business. I was raised even as a kid, even as a young professional, to work with integrity. There's something to be said for a company that when you have somebody like us, a partner who likes your product, who endorses your product, and you are actually bringing qualified persons to the table that are interested in said service, and you've got policies or whatever it may be in place that it seems like have almost been designed to screw that person who is the hand that feeds you out of getting any credit or compensation for it, you should ask yourself, what would it be like to do business with a company like that? If they're willing to kind of turn a blind eye, have poor follow-up with the people that are bringing them business, look for intricate or interesting ways to not compensate somebody who's brought them a qualifying referral, you should ask yourself, what would it be like to be on the customer receiving end of a transaction with a company like that? So anyways, that's just my honest opinions and 2 cents, but nonetheless, we've laid down the hammer. We will not be recommending Zoom to any of our customers for the foreseeable future. Again, if that changes, I'll let you guys know in an update video. If you found this video interesting or helpful, please like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and show us some love and support our channel. We upload new videos every single week. As always, this is Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business, phone, and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.